I drew 300 blobs for 4 months, and this is what I made. Let me show you guys how I made this. The sun is so crazy today. Let me show you all the babies. They're all sleeping. Calcifer is doing better, by the way. Thanks for anyone who asked. He's home now from the hospital, and we have to inject him with meds every day, which is kind of scary, but you know, at least he's eating and he's still active, so we're happy about that. Here's Nori and her little leggy. And then here's Bao. I think this is the first time I'm showing all 3 of them on camera for you guys. And then the biggest baby of them all, Shippo. He's sleeping under my desk right now. And actually the puzzle is under here because I haven't found a frame for it yet. So it's just under here. See? Oops, sorry I woke you up. Could I even attempt to pull it out from under here? Let me see. Okay, I actually got it. No, stay, Shibbo. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Yes. Let me do it for you. This is my office, by the way. I don't think I've really recorded in this room, but I do most of my work in this room, so I do like having an office separate from where I do art or where I relax. I thought it would be fun if I redrew some of the puzzle pieces that I made from the puzzle. Just doodled and kind of talked about the process of making the puzzles with you guys. Oh, it's so bright. Let me close the blinds real quick. Good morning, sleepyhead. Everyone's asking how you're doing. Okay, go back to sleep. Okay, kind of funny, but my friends and I taped the entire back instead of using like puzzle glue, or I don't know, how else would you put this together? But we like manually taped it, and now it's just this giant thing. You know, at some point I will find a frame to put this in, but for now it's just kind of under Shippo's little bed. I did make a frame design going around it, so if you wanted to just hang it as is, that's another option. This is what the box looks like. Every single character is a different piece. I remember when I was making this, one, it was already difficult to make sure that all the pieces fit together. 2, I think I, as an artist, also wanted to make sure that the shapes and the characters were interesting enough for me to be motivated to do the project. And 3, at some point, when you're drawing like 300 different things, I think I was just running out of ideas. So the fact that I persevered, I think, is an accomplishment in itself. Okay, so I'm gonna pick out a few of these little guys and we're gonna redraw them in my current style because I drew this like a year ago now. So maybe my thoughts on the character designs will be a bit different. I don't know. Oop. Oh, by the way, I made this desk mat and it was in collaboration with Hypotech and Kinetic Labs. It also comes with a matching keycap set, which Phong, my partner, is using right now on his desk. It looks like this. Look at the little details. I really like the arrow keys. And you got this like cascading effect thing. It's available on my website and Kinetics and Hippio's. Oh, sir? He's trying to get on the window. All right, so I picked out these little guys just kind of randomly. I wanted to show this piece because if you know, you know. And of course today I want to use my Twisbees to draw. Okay, the question is which Twisbee do I want to use? Okay, this one is not a Twisbee, it's the Opus 88. What color am I going for? I feel like I'm down for some yellow and blue, so let's start with that. The sketchbook I'm using today is my branded sketchbook. These are bleed proof and you can basically use whatever materials in them. I do recommend using like more inky pens and alcohol markers. They don't take pencil super well just because it is like a bit more glossy and coated. So that's the only thing I would say about these sketchbooks. All right, let me just pin this down. I guess I'll draw this guy first. So I will say, because it's a puzzle, I had to think about how the pieces all fit together. So some of these characters look kind of wonky and weird, but they had to be this way, you know, so that they could fit. Like, especially this octopus one. I think this one is like the best example of a piece that fits really well with other pieces because it has a lot of these little nooks, and so it will like interlock with other pieces super, super well. And I think it fits the octopus well as well. This whale piece, you know, I feel like I normally wouldn't give the whale head like these sharp hooks, but there probably was a character that was more round that went on top, so that's the reasoning for that. But I think if we were to draw it without the influence of the puzzle, maybe this is what it would look like. So fun fact, I actually redrew the puzzle maybe like 4 or 3 times, and that's because of many different reasons. The first time I redrew it, I actually just wasn't really happy with how it was looking. The characters' shapes and the contents weren't that interesting to me, and so I redrew it just because, yeah, I guess I just didn't like the vibe of the characters. Okay, I was getting distracted. I feel like this isn't how I would normally draw a whale either. So let me try again. So then I redrew the puzzle to look something more like this. And this one was more interesting for me because I felt like I really liked the challenge of having to think about the characters in a square format and how could I fit these characters while still making them kind of like this fun square shape that they wouldn't normally be. So in my eyes, that made it more fun to draw it in this style. However, the puzzle company that I was working with, they recommended that I didn't go this route. And the reason for that was because the puzzle wouldn't lock very well if all of the pieces were similar shaped. In this case, if all the pieces were square shaped, it wouldn't be a very easy puzzle to put together because the pieces wouldn't lock together. Most of the pieces would look kind of the same. So I had to scrap this idea, unfortunately. I think maybe if I redrew them as squares just like for my own illustration and had it as a poster or something, that could be something that I would do in the future. But also I'm like, I don't know if I would draw 300 characters again for fun, you know? Okay, also I feel like this is not how I would draw a whale as well. I don't know. Where am I going with this? Let me see. I was just in Osaka and we saw these whale sharks. Let me try to recreate from memory. Okay, I feel like this is more towards the concept I was trying to go for. Do they have gills here? I don't know. Okay, anyways, I drew a lot of whales. Oh, I will say a lot of aquatic characters were very good for the puzzle because they kind of naturally already have very wavy shapes, like fish, octopus, sharks, starfish, you know? So I felt like I had a lot of aquatic characters. Speaking of characters, the puzzle itself is part of my How to Draw series world. So if you're not familiar, I also write how to draw books, and these books are all about cute things and like cute characters, people, inanimate objects. Let me go grab a book for you guys so you can see. All right, so there are 7 books, I think. There are written so many that I forget now, but there's 7 of them. And this one is specifically for cute animals, but there's also like spooky things, woodland, there's like all around the world. So I draw different things from different countries. But here's like an example of what I mean by how to draw books. And so I drew a lot of characters that actually appear in the puzzles themselves. So that's part of why I made the puzzles, is it's part of this How to Draw Cute series world. Anyways, I redrew the puzzle again and it looked closer to what you're seeing here, but there's a few challenges that I want to call out. So the first challenge that I found myself faced when I was working on this is math. And I feel like if you just want to draw like me and you're not that good at math, this is why this part was a challenge. Actually, I used to be interested in math, but I would say after I started pursuing more art, I forgot everything. I don't remember. I can do geometry. I don't know about like trigonometry though. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm referencing the puzzle too much now. These characters are just looking like puzzle characters. Let me try to draw this tiger again. So for the puzzle, I had to make sure that every single character, every single line in between the next character had to be a specific width, and that included like all the little curves, all the corners and angles. So if I was off by like 0.001 millimeter, that mattered. So basically how I did the illustration was I sketched it out and then I basically put it onto a computer program. I used Adobe Illustrator, and after I put it onto Adobe Illustrator, I redrew it again, but I used the stroke tool to make sure that all of the strokes of the characters were exactly the right width from one another. And that took a long time. So really proud that I was able to figure that out, because I think if I didn't do it that way, I probably would have to be sitting down and looking at every single piece and measuring every single angle. Like, I'm talking about every single side. So that was challenge number 1. Challenge number 2 for me, and I think this is just something that I struggle with all the time, is drawing something that interests me. So if I don't finish something quickly, and I'm talking about illustration, if I don't finish something quickly, then easily I lose interest of it. So this puzzle took me 4 months, I would say, and every time I was working on it and I put it down to take a break, and if I came back, I felt like I was already bored of the illustration that I was looking at, or I was like, oh my gosh, I want to start over again. And so that's why I ended up starting over so many times, because I think I was just like, I don't know, I was just interested in drawing something else, or I felt like, oh, maybe I could draw this in a different way, or oh, what if I redrew all the characters and I had them, I don't know, in a different color or a different pose. And so I think that's just something I've always struggled with. What the heck is that? I don't know what I just drew. Let me try again. So yeah, I really struggled with like finishing it while still being interested in it. And I do that a lot with just like everything that I work on. For example, I have a lot of products where I will draw and then maybe like a year later, I'm like, actually, I don't like this thing anymore. So I want to redraw it. I've done that with so many apparel that I have. For example, this crane machine design, I redrew it, I want to say like 4 times. I think I'm finally done redrawing it. This is the design that I've had for the longest, I would say. Man, I'm about to make it into a desk mat design. So yeah, I think I'm done redrawing it, and I'm probably just going to move on to the next design that I want. This strawberry design, I made it for a blanket, and I redrew that one. Proudly, I will say I only redrew it 1 time. So that's lucky. Sometimes I get lucky, you know? And then I redraw it only 1 time. But there's been very many things that I've redrawn like a bajillion times, like over 5 times, I'm not even kidding. I would say the 3rd challenge was coming up with ideas for sure. I think, like I said, fish were really easy because I felt like I can place them anywhere. They're very fluid and they're just easy to manipulate the shape, you know? But I felt like at a certain point, I was like, all right, I'm drawing way too many fish. So what else can I draw that 1 can fit in the puzzle, in the how to draw cute universe, and 2 fit mathematically, and 3 is interesting enough for me to draw. So I struggled there. Near the end of the puzzle, when I was reaching like the last 20 or so pieces, this is when I was going insane. I was like, oh my gosh, like what do I want to draw? I don't know. And so I ended up like asking my friends on Twitch streams and just like messaging people, coming over to my friend's place to work and being like, what do you want me to draw? What should I draw? So I would draw people's like favorite animals or their mascots if they had like a brand logo, or their pets, things like that. And eventually I did reach 300, which is so crazy. I can't believe there's 300 of these little guys. Okay, I'm gonna switch to yellow. I made this little diagonal shape. Kind of fun, kind of silly. Okay, this Twisby is the Diamond series, this one. So it has like a more angled nib. This one is more round. It's the one I usually use when I'm drawing. Okay, I feel like I have a history of smudging my ink and not waiting. Hopefully I learned my lesson. So I'm gonna get a piece of paper and just put it on top. I'm just gonna use this sticky note that I made. Okay, we'll start over here. Hi, Bao. Bao might come and say hi later. Okay, this bunny thing, what is this? I don't know. Oh, there he is. Bao. Oh, you're messing up my camera, as you do. I'm gonna say hi to everybody. Oh, okay. All right. Bao, you purr so loud. You're saying hi to everybody? Okay, what was I talking about? I remember getting the puzzle in the mail and just being really excited because it took so long to make this, especially with the back and forth between me and the puzzle company. Just like I would send something in and they'd be like, oh, this is not mathematically correct, or oh, can you change this thing or this thing? So for example, this tree. Okay, funny story. I drew the tree and they were like, how is that related to an animal? I was like, I mean, it's got a face and I draw trees in my books. So, you know, also I want to draw a tree. So, you know, we included it, but there was just a lot of back and forth that I didn't anticipate. So I want to say it was like a relief being able to finish it, and then getting it in the mail was just kind of like physical evidence that it actually completed. But also when I opened it up, I realized it was so many pieces and I was like, wait, kind of difficult. Maybe I can convince my friends to do it for me. And that same day, they actually were coming over already to hang out. And so I whipped out the puzzle and I was like, do you guys want to work on a puzzle with me? And they were like, yeah. So I managed to convince them to finish the puzzle for me. So that's what happened. I think taping it and putting it together in that way actually took like an hour. We were debating for like the first 20 or 30 minutes, where should we go buy glue to glue the puzzle together? But we finished it around like, I don't know, 9 p.m. So it's not like anything was open to even buy glue. And I really just wanted to glue it at that very moment. And so one of the friends was like, okay, what if we just taped it together? What if we just flipped it over and taped it together? And I was like, you know, at this point, we should just do it. Okay, I'm really proud of this hammerhead shark. Doesn't it look kind of funny? But how would I actually draw a hammerhead? I don't know. I think I'm drawing it exactly the same as how I drew it in the puzzle. Actually, I'm able to fit the fin from the back. That wasn't normally there. Okay, I feel like I'm halfway done with this page. Do I dare draw the scary green one? All right, I'll do it. Are any of you guys readers? I'm actually reading this fiction book right now. It's been a long time since I've really sat down to read, but I've been trying to wind down sooner. I've been historically a night owl for like, I don't know, majority of my life. But lately I've been trying to sleep early because there's something superior about being a morning person. And I feel like night people agree to an extent. You know what I mean? But it's true. Like, I feel like you can get so much done in the morning if you can wake up that early. And so I've been trying to get up early and actually sleep like a good amount of hours, because in the past I feel like I used to just go to bed at 2 a.m., get up at 6 a.m. for work, and that was just really bad. And I felt bad all the time. But I would just like always stay up late, and I feel like I should stop doing that, especially as I get older. Also, this is Krebby, my friend's corgi. I managed to include her in the puzzle. But yeah, as part of my wind down routine, which is like about 9 p.m. now, I try to get to bed. latest is 10, but I'm reading All the Light We Cannot See, and it feels really good to be able to get back into reading. It's been so long. Here's a bird. I like the color for this one. When you guys draw birds, do you start with the head or the wings? I was about to start with the wings just now. I feel like normally we would start with the head, right? I don't know why I thought that though. I've also been playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which is a Game Boy game. Wait, did they remake it for the DS? I don't remember. But I never beat it. I always got like 50 hours into it and then I stopped. So I'm at the 50 mark again, and I did stop for a moment. I did. I feel like I really like this little guy. It's like a bug thing. Oop. I did stop, but I picked it up again yesterday. So instead of reading last night, I was playing it, and I was like, oh no, I don't know if I remember what my mission is or what I'm even trying to do in this game. But I quickly picked it back up and I kind of want to play tonight instead of reading. But the book is getting so good. There's just so much to do. I'm also watching this drama, but I'm having a hard time finishing it because usually when I'm drawing, I like to have something on in the background, and because it's a Korean drama, I can't have it in the background just because I can't read the subtitles, you know? So that's been on the back burner. I've been putting it on play for like 10 minutes and then I'll go do something else. Okay, I need more puzzle pieces. Let me just grab a bunch. Let's see what's here. We got this dragon thing. Oh, another dragon? What are the coincidences? I'll choose the long boy. Look at this frog. I definitely had to squish this guy somewhere. Jellyfish. I'll do this cat. And, ooh, fun fox shape. Okay, I feel like this is enough pieces to finish it. There's also this little chameleon thing. Oh my god, I got ink on myself. I would. This always happens. Okay, while I finish this, you guys can watch my friends put together the puzzle that I convinced them to do.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
That's so cute. Wait.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, I think
this
in the
is
flip.
this
the
one.
mantis.
Oh, then this way. In the flip. Yeah.
The die cut on these is questionable.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the machine.
It's very.
That's why I had to like when I drew it, they were like
All
the
right,
padding
we're in.
has to be like exact.
Oh my god, is this
Wait, where's the drop on?
Oh, are you
Inspo.
supposed to do this?
Yeah.
Wait, I found one. I found one again.
Oh, good
Oh my
job.
goodness.
You guys, we're down by 2. Nails up. Nails up.
I'll give you a hint. A Shiba is on one of the edges.
I just like.
Well, there's like 30 Shibas in here.
Wait,
This one?
He had to be the
Orange,
shape.
though.
You're organizing them.
This is my tier list.
Oh, wait. What is the order?
Yeah, where's
A?
S.
Oh, S.
And then A. And then B.
Oh.
And then
What's criteria?
This frame is fragile. Yeah.
vibes.
Oh my god! Wait!
Krabby.
I found Krabby!
Oh, the tiger. On top of the seal.
Here's another tiger.
My eyes is losing focus. What is
What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Dog? What kind of dog?
It's kind of the shape gives pterodactyl, but
Flying squirrel.
oh,
Oh. It was the best I could do. Okay.
oh my god, he
Oh
is
my
on
god,
the
wait,
floor.
there's so many on the floor.
Wait a minute.
We've connected.
And then this one goes next to that.
Our corner to your corner.
And then
My job here is done.
Oh, this one.
Oh.
that's under the pterodactyl.
My contribution.
Finish it.
Whoa. That's what I've been looking for. Leonard.
Oh.
Unsatisfying.
Oh.
Unsatisfying thing I've ever experienced.
Oh, yay.
That's a low.
Good job.
Alright, now let's do 2, 3.
It's because we taped it so well. Okay.
Wow.
Do you feel satisfied with this?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfying do you feel?
Can you please fill out our satisfaction survey?
I'm pretty happy that my friends put the puzzle together.
Okay, but that's not a number.
Bye kids, don't try this at home.
Ta-da! Done! In a way, this is kind of like a collage puzzle, except I definitely did not have to fit them super perfectly together. Anyways, thanks for watching and being a part of this draw with me / ramble about the puzzle. I hope you guys enjoyed just listening to the thought process behind it, and I hope to see you guys next time. I post videos every Monday about art shenanigans and mostly just like sketchbook doodles. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I read everything and I try to respond to everything. Thanks so much. Okay, bye!